Okay. Um, hello, everybody. Uh, you might be seeing something a little foreign from normal. I love tests. Yes, I love tests too. And the curiosity of me wanting to figure out how this would be, um, I just really want to know how this is gonna go. Okay? I'll explain my thoughts behind it in a little bit, but let me hop into my own stream first so I can see. So, as you might be able to tell, what we are looking at is my script for the videos. This is the document that has literally all the scripts for all the past videos that have been made. There are 72 pages worth of scripts. Um, I don't delete the scripts that I have made mistakes on or have changed. So there's a lot more than there are videos, obviously, because there are rewrites over and over and over again of each of the scripts, which means there's a lot of words. But so we're going to be writing a script on stream. I mostly have the script done, but I'm not happy with it. So we're going to try to make it so that I'm happy with it. The reason behind this is okay, let me explain myself. So, obviously, this doesn't sound like a good idea on paper, because it's like, wait, but this is the script for the next video. That is not good, because if people see the script for the next video, that means they get spoiled for what will be in the next video. I get that, but I think there's also some merit in watching and seeing the process of making a script and how I go about it, which might be interesting for some of you to see how much of a nightmare it is because I am not good at writing and I am not good at writing fast. So you'll see how much, the tedium there is in writing scripts, which is you know, who gives a shit about spoilers? Exactly. I feel like even if you see the script, that doesn't mean like you're seeing the whole video, with the visuals and me reading it and shit like that. So I feel like you're not losing much, but gaining a different perspective that you might not have seen before. Um, so yeah. No, I wish I could stay, but I need to sleep. Okay, that's all right. There's gonna be a VOD anyway. But yeah, hold on. I should have done this before stream. I'm gonna go get some water really quick. I've returned with water. But yeah, so the parts of the script that I'm not happy with are pretty much all of it. The flow of the start of the script I like, but then as it gets into the more specific parts, it starts not going to. Nah. Okay, here I'll. You might be. Uh, will you be talking through it? Your voice is very calming, and hearing it while doing anything is great. Well, yes, of course. I'll be reading it to you as well. Uh, Sorry ahead of time because I'm not good at reading under pressure. I'm not good at reading in general, but even more under pressure. So the reading of the script might be absolutely terrible. So sorry if you wanted to have a pleasant listening experience. The Ultimate Kiwi, hello. Thank you for the £5. Appreciate it. Have fun writing. I shall go sleep. Okay. Good night, Kiwi. Thank you for the £5. Appreciate it. But yeah, so here's the start of the script. The script is about magic. And specifically, it is about the spellcasting process of magic. And I think the start is very strong. So, this is how the video starts. So, magic is a mystery to most, myself included. Though, for the sake of sun and moon, I want to document magic and humans' use of it as best as I can. Humans weren't meant to be able to use magic. Yorm was imprisoned before he could grant us that. Either way, humans have stubbornly bent the rules as they often do, and made magic possible. So, to start this deep dive into magic, let me tell you about spellcasting. All, yeah, there, see, already messed up. All the sources of my research will be listed at the end. There are five essentials for spellcasting: mana, an input, intent, an output, and kindling. There. That's the start, and I very much like that start because it gives a little bit of a hint to a few things, but not too much to just be a lore dump. So it is nice, concise, and gives a few hints of something, like mentioning Yorm or Yurm, but I don't have the letter. And also saying for the sake of sun and moon, um, which hints at other gods who are sun and moon. Um, the stranger, right, worships the gods of knowledge and wisdom. The gods of knowledge and wisdom is the sun and moon. So when it comes to writing things or telling stories or things like that, the way you worship the sun and moon is by telling the sun and moon stories, right? And I think this is very neat, by the way. So instead of giving a prayer to the sun and moon, right, like you would do with other gods, like, oh, here's an offering and stuff like that, what you do with the sun and moon instead is you tell them things, right? That is your prayer, is telling them things, because they are the god of knowledge and wisdom. The way you tell them is by either telling them in the, when the sun is up, or telling them when the moon is up. And the the idea behind it is that when an eclipse happens, right, when the sun and moon are in the same place, they share each other's knowledge with each other, right? So when you tell it to the moon, you are telling it to the moon for the sake that the moon can tell it to the sun. When you're telling it to the sun, you're telling it to the sun for the sake that the sun can tell it to the moon when the eclipse comes, right? So, so depending on the person, some people like to say a little rhyme before telling their thing that they want to share with the moon or the sun. So, for example, if you want to tell something to the moon, right? Before you start your story, you might go, O moon, the eclipse will be soon. May I tell you a tale to share with the sun?" And then you go into, what you have to say. Uh, and that's the prayer, right? So the stranger believes in the sun and moon, so he starts a lot of his or I wanted him to start using a lot of that sort of phrasing when writing stuff, like, for the sake of sun and moon, I want to document magic and humans' use of it. You know, make them sound more stressed when talking about the magic god. I'm not sure what's great for me here, but I'm in love. What? What great forces have brought me here, but I'm in. Well, hello. Don't mean to brag. Welcome to the stream, I guess. Whatever forces brought you here, I hope they keep you here as well. Glad to have new people. I mean, what you wrote made me think that you're new here, so welcome. Um, question. Hello, Simon. What do you think about the dwarf feeding creature idea? Um, one that dug underground and used the dwarves to protect and cover the terrain once. Well, I'm not sure about that one yet. I don't know what I think about it yet with like creatures that interact with the dwarves like that. It is us. Yeah, probably. Most likely it would be you guys just eating dwarves. That's the terror. But yeah, I misread one of these parts. So hold on. So to start, oh, also you're gonna be hearing me read it out loud a lot of times, which might get annoying because that's how I figure out if it sounds right or not, is by obviously saying it. So to start this deep dive into magic, let me tell you how spellcasting works. Let me tell you how spellcasting works. Let me tell you I think about would be better. Let me tell you about spellcasting, and then we can cut the word work out. Yeah. All sources of my research will be listed at the end. There are 5 essentials for spellcasting. Yeah, okay. That still works. Um, why don't you write the prayer more poetic? What do you mean? I mean, it's up to the person. There's no like set way of addressing the sun and moon. Some people like to put more flair on it. Some people just like to go right into the story. It depends. So if you want to put more poeticness into it, then up to you. I that was literally me just giving an example. Um, or if you're talking about the way this script starts with "for the sake of sun and moon," then that's just how I wanted the script to start. It felt right because it was more concise and it didn't feel awkward with just starting with the oh moon," whatever, you know. So I felt more like just because of the more scientific nature of talking about this, the "for the sake of sun and moon" just felt more right, you know. Because also it was because I wanted to start it with talking like there's always I when I start a script, I try to have the point of what the video is about be at the start as soon as possible, right? So if I start the script with oh moon, the eclipse will be soon. May I tell you a tale to share with the sun?" That's already a lot of words without giving any hint of what the hell the video is even about. So I'd rather wanted to start it with literally the first word to be the word that the video is about. So as soon as you click into it, the first word you hear is magic, you know, and then it goes into, you know, adding an interesting magic is a mystery to most, myself included. And then yeah, oh, so what? And then you know, it starts so it as soon I don't know how to explain it, but I just felt like I wanted to put that down right from the start. And then I still wanted to fit the sun and moon in somehow, so I decided to put it in for the sake of sun and moon, you know? Uh, okay. Next. Mana is an invisible force in the air that seeps from within the earth. At first, I actually wrote here like a lot longer of a description about the god that they believe in, but it just felt forced, like you just shoved it in there for the sake of dumping lore. So it was like mana is an invisible force that seeps from uh the wounds of Yorm, who was imprisoned in the center of the earth. Which, you know, that's like, yeah, of course, that is something that people need to know. But I just feel like this isn't the right time to talk about this because it's already off topic enough to mention uh magic like Yorm was imprisoned before. Like that was already enough. So I didn't want to go like off track more, so I cut that out. In higher concentration, it can appear orange to red to dark crimson. I'm still not happy with this because it just doesn't sound right. I don't know because if I the two out here, it's can appear orange, red to dark crimson, which also doesn't sound right. So I actually don't know what way I can say that it, you know, it looks orange, then red, then dark crimson at higher concentrations without making the sentence way too long and making it like very nice and concise. Well, no, it is off topic to the okay. I like scripts being very like concise, you know? I like conciseness. And if something feels like it's forced information into the script, I'll cut it out and move it to somewhere else where it's more relevant to talk about it, you know? So I just felt like because it was the first thing talking about mana, I don't know. Maybe. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna write it down here and we can keep it in here in case we want to use it. So, um, I need to move my mic. My mic's literally in the way of my keyboard. I'm gonna just plunk it down in front here. Okay, thank you for the 50 Ron, white and black. Thank you. Appreciate it. Orange, red, and even dark crimson. Well, yes, but it doesn't like I want to articulate the scaling nature of it. Orange, red, and even dark crimson makes it sound like, oh, it could either be orange, red, or dark crimson, but it doesn't really articulate that the reason it gets to red and dark crimson is because the concentration is going up. So it's not either, it is because the concentration is going up, which sort of gets lost if I just say it could either be orange, red, or dark crimson. Even though it says in higher concentrations at the start, it doesn't, it just feels like it's disconnected somehow. Yeah, okay. Mana. There you go. I'll just put that there, and we can shove it somewhere if we feel like it might be a good idea. Mana seeps from the wounds of Yorm, who is imprisoned within the earth. From orange to red to dark crimson. There you go. That might be good. From orange to red to dark crimson. Yeah. In higher concentrations, it can appear. Actually, I can cut the from out. Just it can appear orange to red to dark crimson. Wait, isn't that just what I had originally? Hold on. What if I think the thing that's bothering me is that it says high concentrations at the start. So what if it can hold on. Yeah. It it can appear orange to red to dark crimson depending on its concentration. Like that. I It can appear orange to red to dark crimson depending on its concentration. Yeah, but then that would sort of mana as an invisible force. It can appear orange, red, or dark crimson depending on its content. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. It's like at really large concentrations, you know? It's the same way that air is invisible, but if at from like if there's a lot of it and then the light hits it and shit like that, then it has colors like blue and orange and shit, you know? So it's like if you're just looking at a patch of mana, there's no color. But if it's like a ginormous area that's filled with an amount of mana, then there's starting to be like a yellowish hue to it or an orangey hue to it. Like above the skies of war. High density. Density might be a better word. Density. Um, okay, mana is an invisible force in the air that seeps from within the earth. It can appear orange to red to dark crimsons. Okay. To it's a but okay. Though it can appear, because that would make more sense. So because it sort of, doesn't make sense with the original statement. So mana is invisible, though it can appear. Orange to red to dark crimson, depending on its density. Eh, I'll get back to that. Depending on its density. Like above the skies of war, like the sky above war. Like the sky above the trenches. Mana is an invisible force in the air that seeps from within the earth, though it can appear orange to red to dark crimson depending on its density, like above the skies of war. Maybe usually invisible? True. I feel like it's unnecessary to state the invisibleness of it at that point, you know? Maybe that's just mana is a force in the air that seeps from within the earth, and then say at higher concentrations it can appear orange, red, or dark crimson. Because then if you say at higher concentrations it appears orange, red, or dark crimson, it already sort of hints at meaning before higher concentrations, it probably is not visible, right? So, okay, here. Mana is a force. Mana is a force in the air that seeps from within the earth. At higher concentrations, it can appear orange, red, or even well, no. We're already stuck right from the start. Um, yeah, it implies that it is invisible in lower quantities, so you don't have to say that it's invisible. Um, because saying it's invisible, it makes it confusing because it isn't. It's just, concentrations. So mana is a force in the air. Also, that doesn't sound right. Mana is a force in the air. We can do this within the earth. Flying from the ground into the air. I want to use, hold on, seeping from the ground, and then I need another word for this. Mana oozes, oozes, leaks, leaks from the wounds of Yorm. Yeah, sort of. I want it to sound like what I feel is right, white and black. I don't have like a specific style that I like look for anything. I've barely read a book. So just sort of just go with whatever I feel like is right. And I don't know what that style is, you know? And the thing is, I don't want to go scientific in the sense you think scientific because I hope nobody misunderstands me when I say scientific, meaning like SCP Foundation-esque, you know, uh, object Keter, fucking redacted, whatever, that shit. No, That's nice and all, but scientific writings, like back in the day, when like still in medieval times like that, were a lot less formal. There wasn't like the conventions of trying to make things, there wasn't like many, specific rules of how you needed to write and what specific words you needed to use to articulate something so everybody could understand it perfectly. So a lot of things were a lot more personally written. Like they had a lot more character to them, right? Um so I don't mean scientific in that way. There was an um the scientist behind germ theory. Whoops, I just spilled some water on my computer. I was pointing while explaining. Let me suck up the water real quick. Um Hold on. I'm gonna finish my thought. Okay, there you go. So, there's like a lot of like wonderful papers or things written by scientists or back in the day where they were just like they would write very uh, personal or things that add character to the way they write, you know? There was a guy who was complaining about how he couldn't get an ant to sit still under the microscope to zoom in and look at it. So he was complaining about it and then got the ant drunk so that it would stop moving around, and that's just funny. It's just a funny little tidbit in the thing. Or like a guy writing a recipe for food down, but I don't think he was writing it. I got this from cooking history, by the way, or a tasting history, by the way. Apparent He was talking about like there was a guy who writes his recipes, but he was definitely using like a scribe or something that was writing them down for him. So the person would just be talking like so what was written down was basically like a conversation. So it felt like the the person telling you the recipe was like just talking to you and telling you it that way. And he would casually just say like, "Oh, if like you can go a few recipes back and that's where I have the sauce. So just use that same sauce or whatever." So less formal. Less formal. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah. Bleeds was a good word that somebody suggested. Mana bleeds from the wounds of Yorm, who is imprisoned within the earth, seeping from the ground into the air. Yeah, I think that's good. At higher concentrations, it can appear orange to red. No, orange. I fucked it up again. I should not be writing higher concentrations at the start. It can appear orange to red to even dark crimson, depending on its density. Density. Concentration. Squirts from the wounds of Yorm. Mana is stored in Yorm's balls. Okay. Uh, I think I'm happy with that. Okay. Yeah. Mana bleeds from the wounds of Yorm, who is imprisoned within the earth, seeping from the ground into the air. It can appear orange to red to even dark crimson, depending on its concentration, like above the skies of war. There you go. Um, so mana is attracted. Mana is attracted to repeating patterns, fractals, and funnel shapes. Funnel shapes. Examples shown below. Note. Nope. Nope. Note. There you go. Note, attracting mana does not mean it is magical. A flower might attract mana due to its shape, but that does not mean said flower can take in mana or use it. Okay. There were some... Right, hold on. Output. I have to write that down because I remember a stream, like a past stream, where somebody was... A lot of people were confused about like, oh, you know, what if the arm gets cut off and like they put something on the arm instead? Can that still like be used as an output and stuff like that? So I want to make sure to articulate in the output section that it can literally be anything. Like it does not have to be specifically from the fingers. It is just that that's the most convenient. And then show some examples probably. Show some. Okay. Cool. So note. Attraction to mana does not mean it is magical. A flower might attract mana due to its shape, but it does not mean said flower can take in mana or use it. Good. Humans need to be augmented to be able to use magic. Yeah, obviously. Uh, to take in mana, I'll have to pace myself right here because it will sound weird if I just fall. Humans need to be augmented to be able to use mana. Humans need to be augmented to be able to use magic. To take in mana. It doesn't take in mana. No. Does that feel right? Humans need to be augmented to be able to use magic. Mana bleeds into the air, invisibly from the wounds of... No. To unify themselves with... No, that's not how the stranger talks. I'm also trying to think about how the stranger would say it, you know? Like yes, he says things in a weird way sometimes, but most of the time he says it without like the fanciful trying to sound, like fancy like that, you know? He definitely wouldn't say like to unify themselves with mana. It's not something he would say. So to take in mana, I can just remove this. An input needs to be implanted into the skin and a funnel attached to it. Wait, an input needs to be implanted into the skin and a funnel attached to it. To it too? Or just helps? To it. Helps to amplify the attraction of mana. No, it doesn't. Fucking. So mana can be taken in? Oh, that doesn't sound right. Let me give some space so I can actually look at this. An input needs to be implanted into the skin and a funnel attached to it. I don't. Who a two? Who a two? Does doesn't look right to me. Two a two does not look right. An input needs to be implanted into the skin and a funnel attract. An input needs to be in. An input needs to be implanted into the skin and a funnel attached to it to take in mana. Okay, there is a fucking thing here, so it's no. There's a. I'm just gonna put like a line between it. I'm just gonna put an I. Nope, that's gonna confuse me even more. I'll just put two. Nope, two of those. There you go. If I pause there, then it doesn't sound weird. Yeah, with, right. An input needs to be implanted into the skin with a funnel attached to it to take in mana. I feel like then might actually be interesting. And then just remove and, maybe. An input needs to be implanted into the skin, then a funnel attached to it to take in mana. Uh, it gives me a little bit more of a feel like you're going through the procedure while listening to it. Like I can already picture somebody, like diagrams of them cutting open the thing, then putting the implant in, and then sort of like following up on that, like, oh, after that you put in that, and then add the funnel to it. It sort of like helps make you think of it being like steps in a process, maybe. That's what it makes me think, at least. Then an input needs to be implanted into the skin, then a funnel attached to it to take in mana. There doesn't need to be a with. I don't think like I mean, yeah, obviously grammar is a thing, but if I feel like it's feels right enough and the then I'll just leave it. I don't really care about grammar too much. I mean, even since the fucking witch hunting video where I said more than a coincidence of rats, like what even does that mean? But I wrote that and it made sense to me, so I kept it, even though it doesn't make sense, because it felt right. It was like, yeah, more than a coincidence of rats. That's a number of rats. Everybody has an amount of rats that is more than a coincidence. If like a rat runs by you, that's less than a coincidence. Yeah, that's a rat. Two rats run by you. Okay, that's a little weird. Two rats ran by me. Still less than a coincidence. Three rats. You're like, huh, at the brink of more than a coincidence. That's a brink, right? But if like five rats ran by you, like under your feet into the distance, you're like, that's more than a coincidence. Something's going on, you know? And I thought that made sense. And I really like that. I'm still very proud of that wording that I used more than a coincidence of rats because it just it very clearly explains what I was or to me it made sense. Well, yeah, so I think this is fine. An input needs to be implanted into the skin, then a funnel attached to it to take in mana. See, I don't think a width is necessary. I think it's more up to how I'm saying it. And if I say it that way, it doesn't need a width. Yeah, that's a new American measurement, more than a coincidence. Okay, to take in mana. Okay, and then I can cut all this out. Bump. There you go. The shape and material of the funnel affects the way you take in mana. Some funnels give a boost to the spell when used in tandem with mana potions, but are worse at collecting mana passively compared to others. A lot of innovations and new discoveries are constantly being made in the field of augments, so there is no knowing what we might figure out next. That sounds like it's the end of the fucking story. That's, I don't think I need to end it with that. We're like, oh yeah, lots of more things are being innovated. I don't think I need that. To draw in mana, an input needs to be implanted into the skin, then a funnel attached to it to take in mana, then a funnel attached to it to draw in mana. Take in mana, to draw in mana. I feel like I like the T more. You're gonna realize how weird I am. Everybody's gonna realize how fucking weird I am when it comes to script writing and how my decisions don't make any sense. It's like listen to it and I'm like, the draw doesn't make it. Like I can't focus if I'm reading it. I can't really say like to draw in mana or like focus on the D more than the T gives me more emphasis. I can give more emphasis to a T word than a D word. So I'd rather have it be to take in mana because I can, say it harder, to emphasize it in the script, which means the information goes into your fucking head when you hear it. We know you're weird already. Okay, that's nice. Yeah. Vibes, a lot of things for me go by vibes. So if I feel like take is better, then I'm keeping take. But I might go back to it later and change it. But yeah, let's see. The shape and material of the funnel affects the way you take in mana. Some funnels give a boost to spells when used in tandem with mana potions. That's good. I think this is good. But are worse at collecting mana passively compared to others. Yeah, that's good too. That makes sense, right? And then I give examples of the funnels that are good in tandem with mana potions and the funnels that are better at passively taking in mana. And then just cut this part out. A lot of innovations and new scary. Yeah, fucking. Yeah, of course, that's obvious that a lot of new innovations and shit like that are happening. I don't think I need to state that. Do I have to state that? Is that a thing that I need to say? I'm gonna keep it so you can look at it because that just sounds like some. It sounds like some corporate jargon. Like executive would be say, or they'd say it at the end of the fucking commercial when they're talking about their company or something. We're constantly innovating and discovering new things in the field of augments, so there's no knowing what we might figure out next, you know? And then the jingle comes on or the fucking logo or like stock footage of people smiling in an office, you know? That's what it gives me. The vibes it gives me is like people the the stock footage of like people smiling and handsome actors in the office, nothing like an actual office is, and they're talking about how great the work environment is. New and innovation. We encourage creativity. Fucking get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. We don't need that shit in our script. Yeah. Okay. Mana is stored in the balls. Okay. I do need a way to end this still. I feel like that's unresolved. Like that. The shape and material of the funnel affects the way you take in mana. Some funnels give a boost to spells when used in tandem with mana potions, but are worse at collecting mana passively compared to others. The mana is then stored in the blood. Yeah, that's the end. There you go. That's the end of that. Intent. So this is fun because this is where the script starts deviating uh from being more scientific. This is where it gets difficult. I am limited by not being a mage myself, and that the study and knowledge of magic is strictly guarded by the church. So, what knowledge I do have is scrounged together from the limited books available to me and conversations with mages I have had. So, I have had a hard time grasping uh, how thorough and deep the understanding of the concepts have to be for a mage to be able to cast spells. But even just taking in mana through the input already takes an incredible amount of training. It seems to be spiritual and flowing, yet precise, and you need to thoroughly understand what you're casting. That's uh, I wanted there to be some. There's something missing here. Um, because I wanted there to be some excerpts of him asking mages um how they describe the act of taking in mana, and they just give useless answers, or well, useless to him, but might be helpful to some. So I was thinking like, oh, okay, like some bullshit like this, like the he asks a mage, and then he's like, ah, taking in mana. It is like breathing, but instead of air, you take in mana. And instead of your lungs, you use your spirit. And then the stranger just fucking stabs him and kills him because he's pissed because that does nothing. That's a nothing answer. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? And then he asks another one, and he's like, oh, it's like opening a window and letting in a breeze. You know, you just got to know, yeah, like i I feel like it's because it is very much impossible to explain it. And I feel like a lot of the training that the mages go through would probably be more physical training, right? Meditation and finding focus and shit like that. So putting it into words would be very hard, which means him, the stranger, finding information about what the fuck that entails without actually having experienced it would also be very hard. So it'd be fun to have like little things like this where the mages seem like they're clueless, but they clearly know what they're doing. It's just the vibe, bro. Like, what? Okay. I think there's some too much here, though. Okay. I am limited by not being a mage myself, and the study and knowledge of magic is strictly controlled by the church. So, what knowledge I do have is scrounged together from the limited books available to me and conversations with mages I have had. Okay, I have a hard time. I have a hard time grasping. Okay, hold on. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep. Okay. By the way, question. We're already like a bit into the stream. Is this entertaining? Is this fun? Just watching me um rewrite a script? Is this actually fun? Because I mean, I'm testing this out to see how if this is even of any interest. We know you have a hard time. Goodness. Yes. Oh, okay. Good, good. That's good then. Okay. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep the understanding of the concept that doesn't mean anything. How deep your that sounds worse. I have a hard time grasping how deep your understanding has to be for a mage to be able to cast spells. But even just the act of taking in mana already seems to take an okay. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep. Yeah, please don't pause. If you're watching the video, please don't pause like this sentence and just stop watching there. There's more context. Um, I have a hard time fully grasping how deep your understanding has to be. Such like, do I really want this sentence to be like that? Does the stranger have to invoke some sort of accidental sexual tension? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I have a hard time fully grasping how deep your understanding has to be for a mage to be able to cast spells. Ah, yes, that's where the sentence was going, of course. Um, but even just the act of taking in mana already seems to take an incredible amount of training. Oh. Some mages I've asked have have told me. He's writing it down. But he's writing it down. I don't honestly know if it's like he's writing it down in this way or is he talking to someone about it in this way. Um, I don't know. It's like a weird mix because it's not fully talking to somebody like you're having a conversation, but it's also not fully writing down. There are some conversational aspects to it. Okay, so grasp the hard thing and take it in. Got it. No, no, no. I'm doing good, Judson. Thank you for asking. Yeah, there is better because your makes it sound like you're talking to a mage. Okay. Oops. Okay. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep their understanding has to be for no, because then it doesn't work, because then you say for a mage. So your makes more sense in that sentence. Hold on. I have a hard time grasping how deep your understanding has to be. No, that also doesn't make sense. What the fuck? How deep the? How deep the understanding? What's the script for? It's for the next video. How was your new year? It was good. I had a stream. It was fun. Yeah, your doesn't work. There doesn't work. Okay. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep the understanding has to be for a mage to be able to cast spells. No, wait, hold on. Just do this. How deep a mage's understanding has to be for them. What the I'm stupid. Just put mage on the front. God damn it. Okay. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep a mage's understanding has to be for them to be able to cast spells. There you go. What the No, that's it. That was it. Genius. Big brain. Finally. Connecting the dots. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some more water. Ah, it's embarrassing. Fucking I'm back. I will go sleep now. I hope you have a good night. I think ones would work better. Well, no, because how deep one's understanding would have to be for them to be able to cast spells. Hmm. How deep one's understanding. Well, yeah, but we're talking. I like me. Hmm. You got me thinking. You got me thinking. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep someone's sorry, how deep one's understanding has to be for them to be able to cast spells. Okay. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep a mage's understanding has to be for them to be able to cast spells. I'm stuck. It must be a pretty deep understanding. Yeah, okay. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep a mage's understanding has to be for them to be able to cast spells. Um, I like the mage. Okay. Mage's understanding has to be for them to be able to cast spells, but even just the act of taking in mana already seems to take an incredible amount of training. Some mages I've asked have told me, and then we get into the fun. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I gotta look something up. Because I have some like bits and pieces written on my phone too. So it's like all over the place. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I have better versions of this. It is like a spiritual form of breathing. Instead of air, you breathe mana. Instead of your lungs, you use the soul. Stupid. It's so but I mean, that's what they said. That's what the mage said. And you don't know if the mage is taking the piss either. Like, are they contractually obligated to like not give out the secrets of magic by the church? Like, is that just bullshit, or are they actually genuinely that's how they believe it is? Like opening a window to let in cool breeze. Okay. There you go. Here's I wanted there to be some of the hold on. Let me pull the chat back up. Oh shit, Bonky McNoggins, thank you for the $10. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. We're currently writing scripts, by the way. If you're wondering. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the $10. Greatly appreciated, as always. But yeah, I wanted there to be a little bit of the stranger's personality seeping through and his annoyance at the fact that he didn't get anything out of it. You know, like he was probably expecting an answer that was more answery than this. Um, so hold on. Da-da-da. Thank you for the additional $10. So how might the people be this fine time and place? No. Listen, I'm gonna read it to you so you understand what I mean. Uh, okay. I have a hard time fully grasping how deep a mage's understanding has to be for them to be able to cast spells. But even just the act of taking in mana it already seems to take an incredible amount of training. Some mages I've talked to have told me it is like a spiritual form of breathing. Instead of air, you take in mana. Instead of your lungs, you use the soul. And another one told me, like opening a window to let in a cool breeze. Now, if this helps you understand it any better, great. But I suppose it is a thing best understood by experiencing rather than reading or asking about it. So I don't think I did it the best there, and I'd probably need to do like 100 takes to properly get what I was trying to get across. But it's like the great is great. Like fucking, if you got anything from that, great. You know, but wonderful might actually fit too. Now, if that helped you understand it any better, wonderful. But so either great or wonderful, maybe. Yeah, but you know what I mean, right? Sounds great. Yeah, it's. Did you think my joke? What you did a joke? Okay, what? This sounds like a good mage bullshit line. There's no explanation. To know how to gather mana is to be able to do it. The understanding only comes after the mastery. It is like a very good bullshit line, though. Can I use that? Can I use that instead of the letting in a cool breeze? Because yeah, but like that one sounds even better. I only want to use 2 lines, so I'll ask you first if I'm able to use that. That is perfect. It sounds so pretentious and annoying. Please do. Okay, sure. I'd love to use that. Let's see. Okay. Um, there's no. There you go. Thank you for that. Yeah, to know. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Some mages I've asked. Okay, and another told me there was that. Okay. Some mages I have asked have told me it is like a spiritual form of breathing. Instead of air, you breathe in. Instead of your lungs, you use the soul. And others told me there is no explanation. To know how to gather mana is to be able to do it. The understanding only comes after the mastery. Now, if that helps you understand it any better, great. But I suppose it is a thing best understood by experiencing, rather than reading or asking about it. Good. I like that. Okay. I think do so would be better. To know how to gather mana is to be able to do so. Do it? No, do it. Do it. What? It's like opening a window, but the window is glued to a wall. Just just get good, the mage said, and that pissed me off. Skill issue, cryptomage. I expressed my frustration at not being able to understand magic and the concept of taking in mana. And to that, the mage responded, sucks to suck, bro. I proceeded to die in the trenches from fucking psychic damage. A new form of magic I had yet experienced. Okay, let's see. Asking about it. Okay, and you need a thorough understanding of cast. That mainly what has been limiting kind of magic we can cast. We are not innovating. We are trying to catch up, set by creatures in the world have magic we do not understand, yet we are limited by our understanding. That does not make sense. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this just in case I want to use it. But okay. There you go. Okay. Your thoughts mold the mana and tell it what to do. So, incredible control of your thoughts and emotions is needed. I have heard of a story of a mage that was so stressed with his study that his body literally started curling in on itself until he suffocated on his own flesh. Um, okay. Until he curling in on itself until he suffocated on his own flesh. It's a Discord mod thing. No, no. Yeah, your thoughts. Da, da, da. Okay. Man is affected by your thoughts? Okay. Mana is affected by your thoughts. So incredible control of your emotions and thoughts is needed to have it in your system safely. Yeah, it's the script for the next video. Mana is affected by your thoughts. Mm. Your will? I mean, what I've been calling it is intent, you know? I've been calling it intent up until now. But it's not really the right word because it's like a deep and thorough understanding and control of your thoughts and knowing exactly what you want the mana to do. Focus? Not really focus either. There's no like word that really captures what I'm trying to get at. It's like swimming, but you have no arms and legs. It's like eating, but your mom made some burnt food and you're trying to gulp it down to be nice. It's like farting in public, but you don't know if it's gonna be a dangerous one or not. It's like getting on a plane and hearing a kid scream in the back and trying to resist the urge to jump out of your seat and flying kick the fucking kid. No, drop kick that baby to open the airlock and launch the baby. To resist the urge to resist the urge to recline your seat and give that baby a dent in the head. I can't. Why am I still thinking about this? Okay, okay, that's enough. It's enough baby cruelty. I'm an appeasing babies again. No, I must resist. What? What? It's like sleeping, but the devil himself appears in front of you and you're paralyzed and he gives you a kiss on the lips sensually and you don't know how to feel about it actually because you kind of liked it, but also he's the devil, he's the bad guy. No! No, but his lips were so soft and okay. What am I even talking about? It's like resisting the urge to poke the soft spot on the baby's head. No. It's like resisting the urge to consume a whole dwarf. What about okay, I gotta fucking right, this is stupid. I was gonna say another one, but I think that one's gonna get me in trouble. Um, It's like resisting trying to get canceled on YouTube by saying not okay jokes in front of an audience. Oh no. I'm really trying to resisting saying this one. Aw, resisting the urge to go bother your cat while it's asleep because it's so cute, but it's sleeping. Just leave it. Leave it alone. It did nothing. It's like resisting. No, fuck. It's like resisting the urge to go to an orphanage and pick one of the children, go through the process almost to the end before signing, and then changing your mind and leaving instead. Okay. Actually, we'll go back. You know what? You change your mind. You picked your nose like too many times. I can't have that. Your nose is dribbling, and my couch is too nice. I can't have that. What the fuck? Thank you, Bonky McNuggins, for the $10. You think that you may be a little more unhinged than the usual Mr. Baby Murder? You doing all right? Yes, I'm doing perfectly all right. Um, why do mages hate kids? No, that's just me. That's not the mages, don't worry. I hate kids. No. Do mages sleep? Yes, yes, they do sleep. What? It's like being handed a lighter and resisting the urge to commit arson. I mean, yeah, sometimes you just feel like, like, I mean, I have a lighter. And not like arson to the point where like burning a house down, but at least like, like there's a tissue. Like, why not just burn the tissue, it's what you got a lighter for if you don't burn things. I think the idea of mages treating dark magic like Gen Z treats dark humor is hilarious. Sacrifices a baby. It's called dark magic. Snowflake, stop overreacting. My God. Why are you looking at me like that? You've never seen a fucking sacrifice or something? Yeah, grow up. Hey, okay. Look, you might need your little funnels, ooh, your little outputs and inputs. Listen, the real mages flay babies and cast a little cantrip. It's not even efficient. Like you need to, harness magic for like a few minutes, then you can cast a spell. I need to kill like 10 babies. brutally, brutally for like the same outcome. But you know what? It's 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 the passion that matters. You know, I'm passionate about it. It's not the efficiency. That's not the point. That's not the point. It's the message. There's too many of them anyway. Yeah, true, true. That is a specific plot point in my world is there are too many babies and they have to be uh numbers have to be controlled. It's about the journey, not the destination, says the mage while flaying his fifth child to the day that day. It's the journey, man. God. It's not like you can't make a new one. Oh my God. Don't worry, the baby was an orphan and had asthma anyway. Are you saying it like, oh, the wolves were gonna take it anyway? Like, it's just a waste if I leave it, you know? Any female mages in your world? Yes. I have not really decided on what kind of mages. I feel like vocalist mages and stuff like that would fit females. Um, but like other cultures in the world besides Ram and Varus might have like a different outlook on female mages. But for Ram and Varus, I'd say their use is probably quite limited. I'm thinking. Now, if that helps you understand it any better, wonderful. But I suppose it is a thing best understood by experiencing rather than reading or asking about it. Okay. Mana is affected by intent, thoughts, and emotions. Um, okay. Mana is affected by intent, thoughts, and emotions. One has to master their emotions before even attempting to hold mana, as it can be dangerous. I heard a story of a mage that was so stressed by his study that his body literally started curling in on itself until he suffocated on his own flesh. Ooh. That's like a horror story you tell around the campfire. Hmm. Said someone, and I still need to think of a name for the I feel like that'd probably be a quote by the headmaster of the Magic Academy in Varus. That might be a good way to start talking about him as well. Why are you guys still talking about babies? God. I mean, yes, I was going on about it a little long, but like, come on. I mean, yeah, I was going about it excessively long, but still. This entire community is going on a watch list. Yeah. I I feel like my sense of humor is definitely gonna get me into hot waters eventually, and I'm dreading that day because, well, obviously for me, I just find it funny. You know, most of the things I say are not serious. They're for fun because I think it's funny. But somebody's gonna take it out of context, and then I'm gonna freaking get canceled for it or whatever. I hope that's not gonna happen soon because I still enjoy the channel and stuff. You know, once you're a billionaire, you can ignore it. Uh, maybe. Well, yeah, dark humor is my favorite type of humor too. Or I just, well, I mean, by the jokes I've been making, you probably start getting a good sense of what kind of things I find funny, which are very stupid. But um, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I enjoy, and I hope it's not gonna bite me in the ass. Uh, okay, it's the internet. Okay, I'm paranoid because like I have not. I think I've been pretty lucky on the internet, but that might all come crashing down. Who knows? Ignore those people. That's the best thing you can do. They just want to. Well, yeah, yeah, but like when it comes to like cancel culture and shit like that, there's some terrifying things that happen, that I just find scary. Like people on the internet, they really want to like hurt you, if they're pissed at you. They aren't just mad at you. No, they want to fucking destroy you. Like this might be what's his name? Their name oh. Yeah, Joe Cat. Fucking Joe Cat, you know? He was Joe Cat. That was awful. Wait, what happened to him again? It was that video that he did. What was that video? The he did like a video about like like an animation about the song about like the girls he liked or whatever, and that got him like a lot of hate for some reason. Like at first it was received very positively and people liked it, but then all of a sudden Like people started um like hating or shit, and he like got death threats and stuff or whatever. Yeah, girls. And then he like got death threats and stuff as well for a video that was just a fun little song he did and then animated, you know? And he was and you got death threats from people and like shit sent to his family and like cars pulling up to his house or whatever and shit like it was crazy. It's such an old video too. Yeah, and it keeps coming like literally for a year or so and it like there were waves of it. You know that he explained like he talked about it on his website or something I think. Where like it's which is a shame because yeah, he's a great content creator. I love his fucking videos. And he said on his website that he's literally gonna like indefinitely stop after his projects that he's currently having, like the projects that are currently going on that he's doing. After those are done, he's gonna be on an indefinite break because of that sort of shit. That he got from that video, which I don't even know how you can get hate for that. Like that doesn't I don't that doesn't make sense. Was there a reason? No, that was the video. The video was the reason. What video? The girl's video. But like, what was wrong in there? I don't know. People are just crazy. Look into it. Look into like just search up a video about like Joe Cat. Um, like the situation, and they'll explain it way better than I did because I read about it a while ago and I just have forgot most of the details. But it's crazy the shit that happens on the internet, man. Like I'm scared of it, you know? Like I'm scared that that shit can happen just out of nowhere, you know? Thank you for the $20, Bonky McDoggins. Appreciate it. I'm glad I can tolerate others' opinions. Honestly, yes. Like I don't you women them probably. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They would yeah, it's just some crazy shit. Just say that the babies are canonically over 18 and you'll be fine. The girl's video is fine. Well, yeah, exactly. I don't understand how people hate or like wanted to send death threats because of that. Like the amount of like mind um like mind gymnastics you have to do to find something to hate about that is incredible. Like that, but when you foster a close-knit and respectful community, that's what you get in return. Well, yeah, but like, go cat, again, like that's why it's that example that I brought up because his, he's a whole like his streams are really wholesome. They're very enjoyable and stuff, and like the community was wonderful as well. So I don't see where that came from, you know? Like that's why it's concerning because it doesn't seem like it has to be your community could be fine, but other communities might see it and then get a hold of it and then fucking want to crucify you. You know. Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Just some random gibberish because I was just being I'm just talking about me being paranoid about the internet and how ruthless it can be sometimes with sending death threats and shit to random people that really don't deserve it. Is Simon in danger? No, no, I'm not in danger. I'm not saying that I am doing anything that would cause me danger. I'm just expressing that I'm paranoid about that sort of shit because I've seen what the internet can do. It's why we gatekeep. Hey, no, I need more people to see the channel. Don't gatekeep. That's not good. Yeah. So fellas, let's get back to the script though. We gonna find your fanfics? No, not my fanfics. No, not anything but my fanfics. God damn it! I'm gonna have to delete my accounts on uh fanfic sites, uh whatever the name of fanfic sites is. Oh, you're gonna see Wharf X Jakob. My no, not Wharf X Jakob. No, not my fanfic. Ravaged by a pillarman. That's the name of it. But ravaged. Plus joke. I was actually just telling my best friend about your channel. Ah, okay. Huh? What do you mean, huh? Do you have a plan for what's on top of the towers? Well, obviously don't say it, but just asking. Yes, yes, I do know. I do know. Found it. Oh shit! No. We need to make this happen. No, no, you do not need to make that happen. Um, it's on Wattpad. Oh yeah, Wattpad. There you go. That's a fanfic thing, right? Wattpad. Yeah. Okay. So spells can cast understanding of the world around us. We're not innovating. We are trying to catch up. Said. Let's just call him Bingus Bongus for now, as I do not know what his name should be. Bingus Bongus. The creatures of the world use magics we couldn't even begin to understand. Ravaged by a pillarman, canonically fanfic written by a stranger. Oh, canon name. And the other one, the dwarf and the jar. Oh, goodness. Huh? Hang on.
It's 2:30 and you're still streaming.
Yeah, it's 2:30 a.m. and you're still... And it's 2:30 and you're still awake.
I'm thinking about my assignment in school.
Instead of thinking about them, you can do them.
Yeah, what do you think I'm out here getting my computer?
Oh, okay. Hey, fair enough.
So sassy.
Yeah. Alright. Got it. There you go.
Did you step on it?
I did not step on it.
Like you usually do.
Nope. I don't usually step on your computer.
I have my charger.
Your what?
My charger. Computer charger.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, someone said hi, Jasmine.
Hello.
Here you go.
Hello, people.
Yeah. We're talking about um uh
Like
my
mama.
my my Wattpad and me writing sensual Monster Garden fanfiction.
No, it has to be smut. Has to be.
Smut?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, ravaged by the Pillarmen. What do you think happens in that one? They don't just hold hands. Not they they ah.
Hey, not so loud.
Oh, sorry. Hey.
Nate, literally, if I start getting noise complaints, it's your fault.
I don't talk that loud.
Girl, I can literally hear you in the other room.
Girl,
Girl.
thank you for the $10, Bonky McNoggins. Greeting, Jazz. Sleep well. Well, she's not sleeping.
I tried to sleep for like 2 hours and 30
Yeah,
minutes and I couldn't sleep.
she's gonna be working.
I actually trying to get my shit to get. Oh, my Spartacus fanfiction. I
Your
still haven't.
Spartacus.
I still haven't continued reading it yet. Wow, that's a shame. Next time, next time.
It's important to the lore. You wouldn't get it. It is. It is.
Side quests. The strangers. The strangers is side quest. I don't know.
A stranger's side quest.
Oh yeah, I fucked up my face. As you can see, now it's like more red because like
What
I
did
was
you?
frustrated with you. I was like, and I forgot that I had a cut, so it opened up.
You're. You.
Just when it get frustrated, I was like,
You want to pull your skin off.
yeah,
I see. At least you want to pull your own skin off and not mine.
yeah.
So that's good.
I do think I'm doing it on myself, not you. There's no point doing it on you because you're annoying.
If the stranger wrote smut, I would read it. Of course you would.
I would too. It has to be good though.
Of course it has to be good.
Of course, yeah.
No. Insanity, no. Jakob and the 12 Black Pillars.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a banger title. It'll be about Jakob encountering a group of people. P.S. This is a joke. Please don't write this. I beg. What? Please don't write this. I beg you. It would ruin it. Please don't write this. Huh? Did you mean to say read this? Well, at that it's too late then. I'm sorry. I already read it.
Okay, Prime Patriots Diggy. That's what I do. Where's those tools that I need is not in here. Great. Have you seen I found it. Never mind. Pride Prejudice and whatever.
The books that's just them gossiping.
Oh yeah, this one's gossiping.
Yeah, it's just like
The whole book. But actually, like I didn't read the whole book. I just listened to the thingy thing and summary. But the parts where I did read it, like it's like somewhere here or whatever, bitch started to gossip. Like I was like, how dare you? But it's hard to like follow because it doesn't say like it just says like he replied, but then sometimes they like two he's in the
hee
fucking
hee.
room.
Oh, like two men in the
Yeah,
room, so it says he.
yeah. Or woman. There's a lot of women, and sometimes I don't know who the fuck is saying what. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's the downside of this book. And I'm dumb. I'm like smooth brain, so I don't know what they're saying most of the time. Yeah. And and then this book is just family drama.
What is that?
Okay, so we have Antigone that had two brothers, and the brothers killed each other. Um, and and then her uncle got to be king. Um, but then the uncle was like, "Oh, we're only gonna bury one brother and not the other because they saw like one brother was the hero and the other brother was like not the hero." But the fight happened because like one of the brothers were like, "Oh yeah, when I become king, we're not gonna get 50-50. I'm gonna get more," and shit like that. And then the other one started a war or whatever, and then they killed each other, but they saw the evil brother, like the hero. Yeah, whatever. I don't fucking know their names. I don't remember names. Whatever.
Fun.
Yeah, and then all of this is just like the Antigone woman was like, "I'm still gonna bury the brother because that's the
Right thing to do.
yeah the instead of law of men, it's the law of God or whatever. So it's basically like law of you don't call it law of God, but I don't know what the fuck you call it. Law of God versus law of men. You know,
I have no idea what the fuck that means.
means like Jesus telling me this is
Oh,
whatever the
okay.
fuck. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah. And then it's complicated because the uncle is the fucking king, but then the uncle is also like not prioritizing the family, but more like the state and shit like that. It's not honestly, it's not that deep. I'm gonna spoil the ending. The ending is
You're, you're
oops,
hitting the mic.
oopsies. The ending is okay. So she's supposed to marry her cousin, the uncle's son. Anyway, she commits suicide. The son also commits suicide.
Cool.
The his wife dies,
Cool.
and then he's stuck there alone. He's like, oh no, I realized what I did wrong, but I realized too slow or
Too
whatever.
late.
Yeah, too late. And he's alone, and yeah, it's a tragedy. So
Oh
you
yeah,
should
everything
educate
dies. Fucking.
shit like that.
Welcome at Noggins. Thank you for the $10. Do well. I will be departing. Nice to see some familiar voices again. Yes, yes.
Yeah, Jane Austen is just like, ooh, woman, marriage, and drama. This one, Polly Tusnake,
Oh,
is about, is it, I don't know. Like, it's a, not a mystery, but like, it says like house number 41. She is a blah blah blah, he is a blah blah blah. Then you need to like read
fun,
hun,
fun,
hun.
fun.
Okay, fuck that. Shut up. Yeah, it's just basically like you need to read in between the lines and whatever. Fuck this shit. Then we have Virginia Woolf. I did not read this book at all. A Room of One's Own. I'm sorry, I am smooth brain. I don't like this book. Wanna see? This is the book. It's like it's a fucking diary. But she doesn't say shit. And I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Oh damn, there's words in it. Holy
There's
shit.
no pictures.
I can't read that if there's no
And all I
pictures.
remember is is she saying of how hard it is for a woman to pursue her things without being
Holy shit.
because they're being limited to their resources and education shit like that. That she says like I don't quote me on this because I don't remember. It's been like months. Um, like if a writer wants to write good or whatever, they need their own room or whatever. They need their own space to work. So everyone wants own. That's what I understood from it. I'm probably dumb. Don't take for granted. Then we read the
But
temple
why are you telling me about all the books?
because might as well.
Well, no, because
I don't
need
care.
to
I
continue
don't
my
care.
stream.
Girl, I don't care.
Yeah, but I care. I need to continue my
You're not
stream.
done. We have like three more books.
Somebody said Lust and Trenches, and I like that a lot. I wanted to mention that in the chat. Lust and Trenches is
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
perfect.
whatever.
Nope,
Then we
that's
read
enough.
Shakespeare.
That's enough.
We read The Tempest.
It's
It was
enough.
shit as fuck because I
Nope,
couldn't read
it's
it.
enough. I
Uh,
don't care about books.
Shut up.
Don't
The
care.
neighbors. Anyway, then we read A
I don't
Doll's House.
care.
Danish person.
Anyway,
Whatever.
we got.
It's about
Hey, let's keep working on the
it's
script,
about a woman
guys.
being like, fuck this. I like
You're
this
just
script. Fuck this
trying to make
family.
me feel miserable because you feel miserable
Oh yeah.
about doing this work, so you're just telling me to bore me with it.
Anyway, my favorite book actually, Catcher in the Rye.
Let her
It
cook.
was
No,
okay.
I'm
Okay,
not letting her
let me
cook.
cook. Let me. I'm
No,
doing the
no.
IB
You're
program
just
and I'm
babbling
dying.
on about all the books.
It's my practice for like what I want to choose for my oral exam and my paper too. Okay, let me be.
Do the tragedy. That's the one you remembered most about.
Well, yeah, that's for my oral. Now I need to choose three more books for paper two. So it's
Uh,
dumb.
yeah.
Let me cook, girl. I'm in the IB program and I'm failing.
This is a stream.
I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, see, let her cook.
Fair enough. Continue.
The last book, Catcher in the Rye. I like this book. It's stupid.
Simon said, "Woman detected, I opinion rejected." No, no. Listen, listen.
Uh, yeah, I don't care about books. It's literally writing one. Yeah, yeah.
You don't
Shut up.
care about.
Shut up. This one, it's about a depressed bitch. Or guy. Never the one to be protective innocence. Don't want kids to grow up in this awful world. Yeah, what the fuck?
Wow, there's words in it.
Yeah, but a lot more fun, I guess.
Fun words.
Not more like easier to understand words. And then we have another Danish book, whatever, about a guy being obsessed with an actress and then stalks her and then kidnaps her and probably kills her. I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing. But yeah, then we have that.
Isn't that the script of... Wait, no.
Oh, I think her name is Dahlia or some shit like that. I have it here. Yeah.
I apologize to anybody who wants to see me continue working on the script. I
Shut
think
up.
we're gonna have to
I'm
listen.
gonna leave in like 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Yeah, and then he kidnaps her. He probably rapes her. Can I say that on stream? Oh, it's too late.
Uh,
And he gets to jail, and that's it.
I don't know. We were talking about playing babies earlier, but I feel like there's a discrepancy with YouTube's sensitivity towards certain topics. Violence might be a little more okay than saying the R word because YouTube's very sensitive with that. So
No,
sorry, YouTube.
rape here. You know?
Yeah, they jousted
Yeah.
with the rapiers. That's what she meant.
Yeah. That's
Rape. That's the R. That's just a slang word for jousting.
hmm
Yeah.
And that's all of the books that I have read or had to read. And then we have my school books,
Enough, please. I need to continue.
like psychology.
No,
Oh,
okay,
I wanna,
everybody,
I'm not
we gotta continue stream.
reading all the reading and need to remember all the fucking theories and studies.
You,
I wanna
how
physically, mentally, whatever,
you think
emotionally.
the people in stream understand that? You want to?
I wanna,
Okay,
and clap as well as
5 seconds, Simon. Yeah,
as well as biology higher level.
your 5 seconds are very long, huh?
Um, what else? Yeah, that's it. That's my rant, whatever.
Start summarizing her psychology textbook. I'm gonna end the stream if she does fucking.
I mean, yeah, that's it. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
here to annoy you.
You're succeeding.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Mana is affected by intent. Though,
And then,
God. Mana is affected by intent, thoughts, and emotions. One has to master their emotions before even attempting to hold mana, as it can be dangerous. I heard a story of a mage that was so stressed with his study that his body literally started curling in on itself until he suffocated on his own flesh.
oh, that's gonna be me,
Great.
honestly.
So, the spells we can cast are limited by our understanding. I still don't know how to connect this to this. Ah! I still don't know how to connect this to this. So I'll have to think about that. I can't think about it currently right now because the king Paz is next to me and pestering me. Um,
Yeah, say that again. Fucking sleep outside.
I said
Let's just sleep outside in the balcony.
pestering.
In the cold. In the wind. Alone.
Yeah,
With no blanket.
go on.
Yeah.
You hear this, chat? She's gonna let me die from hypothermia.
Meh.
What? I got the perfect title when we cancel you, Simon. Monster Garden ignores partner's interests. Gone wrong, gone cursed. Thank you. Appreciate that. I won't have to think of one. Simon, blink twice if you need help. You can't see my face.
I mean, sometimes you can hear him blink. I don't know why. It's so
No,
weird.
it's just you that can hear me blink.
I can hear like Like literally, I don't know how it sounds.
Well, you're just
It's like whatever the
oh,
fuck type
you're
of
just
thing.
hyper focused on anything that I do that could piss you off. You fucking blink so loud.
Yeah, literally, I'm sleeping and I just hear like,
You're breathing so loud.
okay, in my defense, you breathe like.
In my defense, man's gotta breathe, okay? Man's gotta breathe. God damn. Yeah, super hearing. I think she just has super hearing. You tap twice if you need help. No, no. Literally autistic. That's you. Because the thing about a mage is excuse me, dream. Excuse me, dream. No, excuse me, stream. No, you're not dream.
Dream?
Dream. I keep thinking about him. His face.
Ew.
Beautiful jawline. Um, you breathe too much. Let me
Yeah,
fix that.
you
No,
fix
don't
that.
stop complaining about me and my breathing. They don't need to hear that.
Literally. And then you move too much.
You shot him right at his desk. What has happened, Simon? Nothing. Nothing happened. Okay. Anyway,
Simon is dream.
I gotta end the stream, guys. I'm not dream. Peace spiritually with mana instead. Yeah, that would be nice. How long has the stream been going on? 2 hours. Goodness. But yeah, I guess I think that's enough streaming for now, though, because it's gonna be 3 a.m. soon. It's gonna be 3 a.m. soon, and the writing has stopped. So,
Oh, continue.
well, no, I can't.
Continue.
You're here.
Oh, I'm literally gonna leave.
Well, but you're freaking you the vibe. You messed up the most the vibe. Yep. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, continue.
Um,
Get work done.
Dream X Simon. I fucking hurt you. Um,
I will.
he's gonna hurt me on behalf of you.
No,
Um,
you.
oh, you will.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. That's gonna be the end of it for now.
What?
Okay. Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
Oh.
Take care, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not dead. I am not dead. Why?